Welcome back to Stooge Stream. This is Making an Impact, your weekly Global Force Wrestling review / recap show. I am your host, The Stooge. As always, I'm joined by the one and only. He calls himself G-Banks.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? You've got the line where I'm the first male of podcast wrestling, but whatever, we'll let that slide.
All right, the first male of professional podcast wrestling things. G-Banks.
Yay, what's happening, people? What's going on? Finally doing it
Why
better.
are you dancing? That was what this was distracting me. You were dancing next to me.
Oh, it's Impact Day.
It threw me off.
It's Impact Day, dude.
Oh, yeah, in Florida.
Yeah. Shouldn't you be excited? I'm excited.
It's now officially Impact Wrestling Day.
Get your dance on.
Okay.
Aren't you not dancing?
No.
Okay, fine.
So this was the episode of Impact Wrestling that aired on the 27th of July 2017. Let's get into it.
Yep, let's dive in.
We open up the show with Joseph Park and Grado arriving backstage in that piece of shit V.W. Park is talking Grado into proposing to Laurel Van Ness tonight.
Yep. It's happening tonight, apparently.
It's happening.
I can't wait to see what happens.
It's going to be interesting. I know that much. Next up, we had an L.A.X. Patron wrap-up promo. This is a great... For anybody that just started watching Impact, it gets you up to date with what's happening in the main event story arc and where we're up to with Patron standing up to LAX leading into tonight's gauntlet match.
I wouldn't say standing up, more betraying him and have to explain
He
himself.
wasn't betraying. They were trying to jump his dad and his brother. Are you kidding?
Well, he told him that he was going to join and then, he didn't. He backstabbed him.
It's the literal definition of being held at gunpoint.
No one had a gun. They only had, Singapore canes and stuff, so they're alright.
Okay, Singapore cane point. Happy with that?
Nah, still backstabbing. I don't like it. I don't like when people betray other wrestlers.
All right. Let's move on. We'll get to more of this later on. We know there's going to be more of this in the show, and I'm sure we'll argue about it then too. We opened up the show with a 6-man tag team match.
Ooh, 6-man.
6-man.
That's a big...
Very Japanese style wrestling match. It's a big starting to the show.
Yeah, I know, right? Big boys.
Yeah, and, well, speaking of, it was the big boys of Impact as well. We had Eli Drake and Chris Adonis.
Eli Drake.
Joined by EC3 as their third man. Versus...
What a great team, I must say.
Actually, I'm going to put aside my prejudice and just say that, not personality-wise, of course, but performance-wise, that's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, the stacked team.
That's stacked.
Yep.
It is.
Easy.
It's
unbeatable. You might as well just go on, and the unbeatable force versus whoever.
Yeah. Well, no, because on the other side we had Eddie Edwards, Marufuji, and Moose. You can't say that normally. It has to be at least Moose.
The beatable crew.
What? No, what?
Well, they've all been beaten before, so.
So is it Eli Drake's last match? Not arguing semantics. All right. So if you watch any Japanese wrestling, this is very much a staple, big 3, 4, 5-man tag team matches versus 3, 4, 5-man teams. These can fall apart.
Easy.
They can. Because there's a lot of people, one person misses a spot, this didn't. And this is what, we keep saying this over and over when Impact has matches like this, like Rumbles and all the rest of it.
They do well.
They really do well with choreographing these matches to make sure that everyone gets highlighted, everyone gets spots in, everyone gets their little bits. Everyone, there's big multiple man move sets. There's everything you expect to happen in one of these matches happens. So it's really enjoyable. Is it the most spectacular match on the card? No, but it's a really enjoyable, fast-paced way to open the show.
It is. I must agree with that.
Yeah. Now, you would have been happy with the ending.
Of course.
So EC3 wins with his new move that we later find out in the show in a promo package is called the Ethan Carter Driver, the ECD.
D, yes. It's quite a name for a finisher. I like it.
Actually, it is pretty cool.
It's funny.
So it's a modified pedigree...
Driver.
Yeah, but it's it's a sit-down pedigree driver. Yeah, okay. That kind of describes it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, whatever, float your boat, man. Just continue on with the show.
Are you serious?
What?
You suck.
What?
You're trying to bury me on air already.
Oh, well...
It's the first match. Can you wait until the third match before you start burying me?
But I'm in a good mood today.
Okay.
But I want it
This is how you express a good mood, by burying me.
Yeah, exactly. When
thanks.
I'm in a bad mood, I'd leave it to the end.
Thanks.
No worries.
So something that's been right up my ass for a couple of weeks now, just been annoying the shit out of me.
It has really been annoying him. He's non-stop messaging me people.
Yeah.
I keep telling him to calm down, but he doesn't.
Who's the fat guy doing squats?
Yeah.
Who is he? I just want to know. You just need to tell me.
Well,
So I think someone's been listening because Interview Bot goes and finds out for me. His name is Richard Justice, and he's a standby wrestler.
mm-hmm.
So in case somebody's injured, can't make it, or they're running short on time and just need something to happen, he's there just in case.
I don't know if that was really a good idea from Impact to hire him. Because I don't know if he's going to be able to get to the ring.
Oh, I can't wait until they're running short on time and they're like, just throw Moose in there and Richard Justice, fat guy doing squats.
Actually, has he wrestled somewhere else before?
I don't know.
Like, they just literally pick him up from the audience? Or like, oh, fat guy, you want to be a stand-in?
I don't know. And look, I'm a chubby dude myself, don't get me wrong, but this is a big, hefty man.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone knows anything about Richard Justice, can you let us know in the comments?
Especially Stooge, because he's dying.
Yeah.
Like, they did tell us today, but he still wants to know more.
Yeah. I need to know. Like, now my curiosity has spiked. I'm like, because that's a dumbass name.
Well, I kind of get it. His name is Dick, and he's all about justice.
Okay.
What?
All
I'm
right.
being PG here.
You are kind of, which is surprising. Mm-hmm. So next up, we had a promo package for a new tag team that's coming. I didn't catch their name. It was kind of
Blink 182. What?
I was going to say an edgy, alternative-looking, punky type group. But
Yeah, Blink 182. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's
fair
literally
call.
explaining Blink 182.
fair call.
Okay, cool.
Fair call.
So Blink 182 debuting next week. Is that what you're gonna say?
Christ. All right. So before
Fuck, I
we
didn't
get...
know that was like their music career was that bad that they had to go into wrestling. Jesus Christ, and work for Jeff Jarrett too, out of all people.
So in one promo, you just buried Blink 182 and Jeff Jarrett. I love it. Well done.
Yeah, I told you I'm in a good mood today.
Well, since you're in a good mood, let's take a very, very quick break and do our first plug.
Oh, okay.
We're doing a plug.
We're doing a plug. Why don't you tell me when we're doing stuff like? You know,
You
I don't
know
like.
we're doing this.
I'm scared when you told me stuff like this.
We've been talking about this for like days. You know that we're doing
Yeah, but
this.
you know I have a bad memory.
Okay. So we're plugging an Aussie independent wrestler by the name of Big Fudge.
Big Fudge, yeah.
Big Fudge!
Yeah, my friend, Big Fudge.
Yeah.
Sorry about the forgetting the plug bit part. Sorry, dude. Yeah.
Big Fudge is awesome. He's just released a new shirt that's fantastic.
He's actually really big in the indie scenes around Australia, in Sydney in particular. He's been doing a fair few shows around. So if he's around, if any of the listeners are around Sydney or anything, if you
basically catch any indie show in Australia, you'll catch Big Fudge.
Yeah, you'll catch Big Fudge. And he even does a bit of shows around different states too. So it's not just...
I believe possibly Melbourne and Perth.
I think he's done Melbourne and Perth. Yes, he's done a couple of shows in Perth too. So yeah, give him a search on Facebook. He's just type in Big Fudge and it's a big, mask with pink.
Yeah, a pink mask with like a
comb.
a bit of chocolate sticking out of it.
Chocolate waffles.
His head looks like an ice cream cone.
Yeah, pretty much.
In reverse.
Yeah, and he's got some cool design shirts that we picked up recently.
Awesome. So the shirt is very 16-bit Street Fighter inspired. It's got the Hadouken moveset written out, like down to forward punch.
Yeah.
It shows the animations of the move, but it's not a Hadouken. It's the butt punch.
Is his finisher. So yeah, it's pretty funny. And you probably could see that on his Facebook, and he has Twitter and all that. So yeah give him a search, guys.
So make sure you check out Big Fudge. I will update with his information in the description box in the next couple of days. It'll be after the episode comes out. Go say hello. I know he's listening.
Yeah, he better be listening. If
Big
not,
Fudge.
If not, I'm making a phone call right now.
Yeah. Well, you've got some Fudgeites here.
Yeah, we're the Fudgeites.
I've coined it.
Yeah,
we're Fudgeites now.
Fine, whatever.
Or Fudge Packers.
Yeah, I guess. See, I like Fudge Packers more.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. I'll ask him which one he's.
So you guys vote. What do you think Big Fudge's fans should be called? Fudgeites or Fudge Packers?
Preferably the second one, but hey, it's a vote. Yeah. So hey, democracy rules. Like at the end of the day.
Democracy rules, Big Fudge.
Yep. Even though I'm gonna rig it.
Yeah, it's so I'm so gonna regret saying that. But Big Fudge is awesome.
No, he is.
Seriously, it's a mix of technical and comedy wrestling. His style is
and he's blown up in a year.
Yeah.
By himself, like literally
Yeah, well,
Like,
we saw him. I saw him first, about a year ago?
yeah, and that was when he just literally started debuting into it. Like, it was his second, third show, you know what I mean? And now he's doing, he's booking promos himself,
Yeah,
he's doing well, he's doing well.
And it is like, again, if you like, what I compare him to is not in physique, because he's much smaller and more of a wily character, athletic style. But he reminds me of Grado. He's got that mix of comedy, but he can he can do a match.
Yeah, no.
Like, he can do a great match.
Exactly.
Like, there's a lot of...
Well, that's the reason why Grado got through that boot camp, wasn't it? Because he can wrestle.
Do a match.
Yeah.
But you can have a laugh and have fun with him. And so Big Fudge, check him out.
And he's got a YouTube channel too, so he's got promos you can do, so check that out
We
too.
will have those details. You'll email them to me over the next few days. We'll put them in the description. Yeah, make sure you check him out. Tell him the Stooges send him some love.
Yep. And if you don't, well, then I'll have to sort these out.
And we each actually have one each of his new t-shirts.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They're very cool.
Like, you know me, I hate paying for shirts.
Yeah.
I hate spending money.
You actually bought me one, which I was like, what?
Yeah, and I went out and bought you one because I was like, I really like these shirts.
You are Mick Foley frugal, and you bought me a shirt, so that's how good they are.
Exactly.
Yeah. So next up on our show, we are moving on, but thank you. Go check out Big Fudge. We had Lashley in ring. He's cutting a promo.
Yep.
Sick of these guys jumping the line.
I'm sick of them.
What do you mean?
I'm sick of
earning a title. People have been earning title shots. Other than Trevor Lee, who just stole it, but people have been earning title shots.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to start arguing now about that, but
well, look, he calls Bruce out and goes, "Hey, champ, where's my title shot?" And Bruce is like, "Look, this is what I said last week. You earned them." And while he was about to keep talking, which he had Tyrus by his side, so you're going to listen, Matt Seidel comes out, hits the ring. Him and Bobby Lashley have a very small scuffle. It looks like Bobby Lashley's going to get the upper hand with a spear when Matt Seidel gets a stand-in shining wizard out of nowhere into his shooting star press.
I actually feel sorry for Bobby Lashley. I'm not going to lie.
What do you mean?
Because, dude, some hippie guy came into the ring, tried to offer Bobby Lashley some drugs. Bobby Lashley.
Wait. There was no mention of drugs.
Well, that's what I saw.
What show were you watching?
And then Paul Lashley just pushed him over.
Were you fucking stoned?
No, and Paul Lashley was like, "Get off me, hippie! I don't want none of your drugs." And then what? Freaking Matt Seidel just attacked him for no reason.
Lashley was charging at him, and Seidel jumped and hit him with the side of his knee to the face.
Yeah, because he was
stopping the charge, the attack that was coming. It's called self-defense.
No, he was pissed off. Lashley was pissed off. I was like, "Stop offering me drugs."
What are you he was like saying, "I want my title shot. You're the one jumping in line."
I don't know.
Anyway.
I saw something different.
Well, what Bruce saw was an opportunity, because later in the show, Bruce books a match between them for Destination X. It's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Matt Seidel. And the winner gets the shot at their respective title.
Oh, I thought it was going the winner gets piss tested. I mean, loser gets piss tested.
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
No. So, no, the winner gets to take the shot at their title. So Matt Seidel will be going for the X Division title and Lashley will be going for the World Heavyweight title.
That makes more sense.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Well, I don't know. The piss test match would have been pretty fun too.
Where do you come up with these ideas? Dude, honestly, you and Russo should sit down one day and book a wrestling show. You would love it.
Well, he is a fan of our show. I tried to talk to him and he just kept calling me bro.
Yeah, that would happen actually.
Like, bro, do you want to hang out? And
you just get frustrated. You're like...
And then he told me about the old days and the WCW days and how he ran. I was like, what? Okay, whatever.
Next up, we had a Super X Cup match. It's round one still. It's Davey Richards versus Ishimori.
I think this is the final match of the round one.
It is. Yeah. So we will know after this who's through. This will lead to the finals bracket starting in the next episode. Ishimori representing Pro Wrestling Noah. Davey Richards, of course, representing Impact. Wrestling. This was a great match. It had a very mixed style of Japanese hard-hitting submission wrestling.
From both wrestlers.
From both wrestlers, exactly. And then both of them also partook in the X Division high-flying indie style. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. What was your takeaway from it?
Actually, yeah, as you said, I really like the hard-style Japanese hitting from both wrestlers. Like, you know, yeah, obviously Ishimori's from Japan, so...
But Davey Richards has done his too as
well. Exactly. So, you know, it was toe-to-toe, which I enjoyed. And I'm a big fan of Davey Richards too, so it was good to see that.
It's a shame that...
like, usually when Japanese wrestlers come to the West, they usually put it over the Western wrestlers because of how hard they hit and stuff. And most, like, I'm not saying Western wrestlers are weak. I'm just saying that, like, you know, we watch Western wrestling, but I'm just saying in general, they can't take those hits or they're not prepared for them.
Not used to it.
Yeah. But David Richards was like, I'll hit you harder.
You can take it. Yeah. It's a real shame we don't see more of this. Like, you don't see a lot of Japanese influence style wrestling, and I mean, even when you see it in WWE, it's very watered down. Like Shinsuke Nakamura, like, got popular because he actually wrestled in somewhat hard style in NXT, and now they've washed that down on main roster. But so it's really interesting to see when these styles mix and they create something almost new in itself. Like, you know, I wouldn't call this X Division. I wouldn't call this Japanese style. This was maybe Japanese X Division style or something.
It was a Super X Cup match.
It wasn't actually that bad. That wasn't bad.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gee, you're appreciating my joke.
The laugh afterwards ruined it.
What? The laugh afterwards?
You could have really sold that and been like, it's a Super X Cup match. And drop the mic on me, but you did that. And just ruined it for everyone.
Dude, the laugh was what made the joke. Fine. You always have to break my balls straight after it.
So Ishimori wins the match with a 450 splash that looked really good. It's really tight. It's not a super high.
Well, like what Sammy Guevara did.
Yeah. It's not like, you know, 10 feet in the air. It's really tight, and it looks fantastic. I enjoy his style.
I was surprised with the win, to be honest.
So was I. Like, but when you know what's happening behind the scenes, which we'll quickly talk about, Davey Richards is actually leaving Global Force Wrestling to pursue his doctorate to become a general practitioner.
A healer.
A doctor and a healer. Yeah, so
he's going to heal people.
You may not have known that he took a year off previously when he just disappeared off the air for a while, and he became a paramedic. So it's always been his dream to work in the medical field. And look, I wish him the best of luck. I assume you're going to as well. Come on.
Okay, I guess.
Come on, he's doing something good.
Yeah, all right, fine. He is being a healer. I do like healers.
You can't ever, like, yes, he's been a fantastic performer. We're going to miss his amazing matches and everything we've seen over the years. But at the same time, you can't ever knock someone for following their dream.
No, 100%. No way. Especially if you're going to be a doctor.
Yeah. Congratulations, Davey Richards, and we wish you the best. And hopefully, in a couple of years' time, maybe you come back and do a match here and there.
Yeah, why not?
There, and be Dr. Davey Richards. Do some surgery on people.
You know what I'm picturing right now? David Richards walking out with a mustache. You know, Dr. Phil, how we like, hi guys, today I'm just... Wait, what the hell?
Wait, I thought you were a real doctor.
Yeah. No, I am a real doctor. Now come sit down on my chair while you tell me all your problems.
So next up is where Bruce made the match between Lashley and Matt Sydal.
I still don't know why Bruce makes all these matches.
Because he's the booker. The next match was one that I've been really looking forward to, and this was Rosemary versus Sienna.
You're looking forward to it.
Oh, this was great. So
I'm looking way forward to this.
Well, of course you are, because Sienna is accompanied by KM.
I was going to allow Biff Tannen too, because let's face it, it's Biff Tannen.
Now, this is a last woman standing unified knockouts title match. That's a long-ass name for a match.
You did well. I was so hoping you would
I thought I was going to like fall up on when we got to knockouts. Like, just too many words.
I was literally on the pounce, ready to go. Like
I know you were. I could see it. What do you think kept me through? I'm not giving him the shot.
Good job. Keep going.
So this is exactly what you expected to be. It was going to be a hard-hitting, brutal affair between the two of them that have had a really sorted rivalry.
I've been enjoying this feud a lot.
Yeah, it's been really fantastic.
It's got a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Put it that way, like comedy, you know, seriousness, you know, with like, you know, Sienna calling her an emo. And then there's like parts where Rosemary's being the evil, you know, but still the face character, which is weird. Like, it's chaotic neutral character, I should say.
Yeah, chaotic neutral, exactly. It's been a really interesting mix between the two of them. I think they work well both in promo and in-ring style. And this was another one of those times, but they took it to a really interesting level using tables, chairs, garbage can, KM interference. They wove this really nice story arc throughout just the match. Like, you wouldn't have had to see any of their other matches or know that there's been an ongoing feud. And they told the story in the match. It was really good.
It was a great match.
Yeah. Some great spots. So Sienna doing the red wedding Rosemary doing the red wedding to Sienna on a chair. There's your slip up. And you missed it.
I was letting you finish talking.
Sure you were. I liked as well KM for the distraction, Rosemary blowing the mist in his face. which led to the end of Sienna throwing the garbage
The
can.
distraction. Poor freaking Biff, mate, was just trying to see if his cousin was alright.
Biff caused a distraction multiple times throughout the course of the match.
Biff was trying to see if his cousin was alright, and that emo weed bitch just spat mist in his face.
Okay, so he interfered multiple times, but this is the last spot where she got the mist to him. She's standing on the top turnbuckle. Sienna throws the garbage can at her, which causes her to fall backwards off the turnbuckle onto the table that was already placed.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge spot.
That was a huge bump.
And like, if you go back and watch the bump slowly, Rosemary takes that perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
She breaks the fall with her arm, breaks the table before she goes through it, hits that thing. Amazing.
And I don't know if you realize where she put the arm too. So she didn't put it near her face. She didn't put it like up towards like, you know, her neck or anything. She put it all the way down to her stomach.
And took the table shot.
Yeah, so no one could see that she took it with her arm.
Yeah, like we had to look carefully of like, is she... Because I was just concerned of like, how did she take that bump? Is she okay? And looked at it and it's like, oh, that's so clever. She broke the table with her arm. But she made it look so messy at the same time.
Yeah.
These guys are so... And I know I bang on about it week after week after week, but Sienna and Rosemary are just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are so uber talented in that ring.
They are. They definitely are.
So this was like, you know, a really brutal match, but not as like there's no bleeding and that type of thing. Just brutality in the story.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Really enjoyed it. So of course Sienna gets the 10 count because Rosemary took that massive spot. Sienna was actually down as well, and the only reason she got on her feet before the 10 count is because she rolled out of the ring and landed on her feet.
Perfect. Pinkies.
To put it down.
But she won.
Pinky down.
She won.
Yeah, put it down.
You're just jealous because, you know...
Put it away.
Your girl
Put it away.
All right, fine.
Put it away.
You're just jealous your girl didn't win, that's why.
Look, I will give the fact that regardless if Rosemary won this match or not, it was great from both of them. But Rosemary should have won.
Nah, you can see that obviously Sienna's a dominant force and no one can stop her.
We'll see. We'll see. I think there's someone on the horizon.
Who?
Dun 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 dun.
Are you doing Jeff Jarrett's theme music? Oh god.
Dun 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 dun. The greatest knockout of all time.
Oh, not her.
Gail Kim.
Jesus Christ. Of course. Go figure.
So next we had a Park and Grado backstage second promo. He's getting dressed. Grado said that this outfit works on the boys on Grindr, so it should work on Laurel.
Park said it.
Yeah, Park says to Grado, it works on the boys on Grindr. So should work on Laurel.
That's pretty funny.
What the fuck, man?
All the boys on Grindr are using it, and it's working, so it'll work for you.
But it just drops in the middle of like three other things. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, so-and-so loved it, so-and-so loved it. It works on the boys on Grindr. Yeah. It should work on Laurel. You're like, wait, what? And if you don't know what Grindr is, I'm not going to tell you.
Ask your gay friends.
They would have told you by now.
Yeah. I have a Grindr account.
What?
For my egoism.
What?
Just because, you know, my ego.
What, just so people tell you you're good looking?
Exactly. But it never works. I haven't got one reply yet.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Well, I thought it would work, because obviously the normal one didn't work for me. So I was like, well, maybe the gays might like me. So obviously that didn't work either. So I'm looking for one where there's like maybe, I don't know, there's like, is there one for weird people?
The funniest part of all of that is the fact that you said the gays. Like, are you not in the 50s?
What?
Are you an old man? Is that the internet?
Well, yeah, that's what I was using, the internet, to find...
The internet, yeah. So next time we had EC3 backstage. That's when he told us what his new move was. It was actually a great little promo segment. Yeah. And we find out it's the ECD.
Cop that D, boy.
Alberto backstage with his family. He's talking about the match later tonight where he's going to be running the gauntlet against L.A.X. Surprisingly, we find out later in an L.A.X. Clubhouse promo, his first opponent's going to be Homicide. Hasn't been in the ring in a while.
I don't think I've seen him in the ring once, besides, you know, jumping people.
Yeah, but you have seen him in the ring since his old X Division days, so...
No, since he's come back, I'm talking
about. Yeah, since he's come back. Not once. He hasn't had a match, so what's going to happen there? Trevor Lee comes out to the ring. He cuts a promo. He said he's found the greatest high flyer ever to defend the X Division title against. A Spanish superstar. It is the one and only Octagoncito.
Octagoncito.
This is just so cheap.
What?
This is, at one point, Trevor Lee is literally holding the guy back by his arm and the dude can't reach him like he's a child. This is just cheap. This is cheap tactics by Trevor Lee.
What do you mean, dude?
To not have to actually defend the title.
Trevor Lee was honoured to be wrestling Octagoncito in that ring for the X Division title.
Now I come off as the asshole. I'm not an asshole. Octagoncito was outclassed in this.
Dude.
I think he's a fantastic competitor.
You're just not giving the minis a chance, I reckon.
Oh, you prick. We've talked about how much we love the minis and how I want to see more.
I don't know. I haven't heard
of them.
I haven't heard it. If you can go back and find all the episodes. Him saying it.
Now. Weeks we've been talking about it.
I've been talking about how great the minis are. I don't know about you.
You so suck.
What?
You suck.
What?
So
you're the one not giving Octagoncito a chance, and I'm giving him a chance.
You're a prick.
I love Octagoncito.
You can't even say his name, but you...
What? What do you mean? Continue?
Oh, God. So, yeah, this is just cheap. And again, if I sound like an asshole right now, but go watch it. It's cheap. This is cheap tactics by
I reckon
Trevor
it was
Lee.
one of the best matches I've seen this year. Easy. Top 5, Dave Meltzer. Check it out.
You're an asshole.
What?
So the interesting parts of this match, of course, is Trevor Lee still won't take off the title because he knows it's not his. As soon as he takes it off, it's gone.
It is his. He's just making sure no one steals it off him.
That's not his. Due to overconfidence, Octagoncito did actually get some pretty cool moves in, including one spinning head scissors that got Trevor Lee out of the ring and counted out. So Octagoncito actually got the win by count out.
Yeah, he did. Well deserved. Like, he's well known around the scene.
He is a world-class competitor, but the way this match was booked and Trevor Lee's character, Trevor Lee is a dick.
No, Trevor Lee was booking a legend to verse.
He's a dick.
Look, he's a fighting champion. And he wants to verse the best of the best. Like, you saw a couple of weeks...
Like Job last week.
No, dude, we saw that guy a couple of weeks ago.
You don't even know his name.
No, I remember his name.
What's his name? What's his name?
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
What's his name?
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
At the time. What's his name?
Sam something.
No.
That was his name, I remember.
What's his name? What's his name? Job.
No, it wasn't Job. It was something else.
It wasn't Job?
Like, his middle name still had Job in it. I remember that. But that's about it. Like, he was a good dude too. Like,
you're proving my point.
Trevor Lee is
you're
wrestling
proving my point.
World-class
You don't even know the guy's name.
Trevor Lee is wrestling world-class wrestlers. From the, whether it be, middle name Job or Octagoncito.
Middle name Job.
Or Octagoncito. Wherever it be, he's doing the right thing, right? And he's being a fighting champion. Give him a chance.
Fucking idiot.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, you mark my words, this is a 5-star match.
Okay. Right on. So this is where the other L.A.X. Clubhouse promo was that we spoke about before.
Yep.
Next up, we had Grado and Parks come to the ring. Grado's in an orange 70s leisure suit. It was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was just ridiculous. Calls Laurel out. Sienna actually is trying to stop her from coming down the ramp.
It's like, you see what he's wearing?
Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah.
She had an orange leisure suit. She can't stop him because she's got that drunk strength.
Yeah. And the drunk vision, we should say. Yeah. He's hot as fuck, yeah.
Gets into the ring. Grado starts trying to propose and slips up his words. Joseph Park feeds him a few lines. It's a great lit. Laurel sells it really well. She's about to accept his proposal. And Ali comes running down to the ring and starts screaming yes. She's all happy for them. BS comes out and grabs him like, what the fuck are you doing, idiot?
I actually agree with
what this stupid
I agree with BS.
I was kind of on his side.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why people are booing him. I was like, you're doing the right thing here.
You're a fucking idiot. Like, they made your life a misery.
Yeah.
Don't go cheer her on.
Yeah.
So BS drags her away.
Because Ali's a dumb bitch.
It's on. Grado's this far away. He's on his knees. He has the ring out. And Congo Kong's music hits.
Told you, dude. Congo Kong is not happy.
He's not, dude. He comes out. He is not happy. He's ready to eat someone.
He did eat someone beforehand, but he was still hungry.
Oh, he had some space.
Yeah,
he had about a Grado-sized space
Easy.
left.
Yeah.
So Grado starts trying to make his getaway. Laurel's calming Congo Kong down by rubbing his titties. She was. Look at it.
Yeah, she was.
And Grado and Joseph Park make their getaway. Then when Laurel leads Congo Kong out.
Yeah.
By the arm with a very happy look on her face. Like, I'll take this. Fuck it.
Yeah. One way or the other.
Yeah.
It's either the orange dude or the big...
Yes, the Oompa Loompa. Look at the big guy.
The big... what is it?
King Kong.
King Kong. Yeah, King Kong lookalike.
I'm losing my voice. There was a bit where he literally picks her up like she's a doll.
Yeah.
She's like, fucking put me down, idiot.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
This is a great segment.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part of the show where you remember wrestling can be fun. Because these guys are out there, they are having a great old time.
Yeah.
And Grado, you may not know, and this was the knockout. Fiona let us know that he's actually an actor in Scotland as well. I knew he did improv.
I didn't know he was on the show.
Yeah, I didn't know he was actually on a show, but I know he did like improv. And you can see it because there's certain bits where Laurel's doing stuff and he's just reacting to it. And then, this is great.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to end well.
And everyone sold it so well. Like, even from Sienna holding Laurel back, and like every little bit of this worked so well. It was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
So now we get to our main event. It's Alberto El Patron versus L.A.X. in a gauntlet match. First in, we have Homicide, and I was super excited about this. We haven't seen Homicide wrestle in a long time.
I was so excited.
I was saying that I think he may be injured. That's why he hasn't been wrestling. And 10 seconds later, when he gets pinned, I think I'm right. He's injured and he can't wrestle.
Yep, you're definitely right. And you know what's funny too? I don't know if you remember one of the LAX clubhouse promos. Conan's sitting there and saying to the young boys too, he's like, "All right, boys, tonight, you boys sit back and relax.
He's going to take care of
he's going to take care of business. Watch how the old schools do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, use watch, boys, no problem." 10 seconds later, eat shit.
It was, dude. It was an old school burial.
Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, no, Conan wasn't lying then.
Yeah, buried them old school style.
Yeah. And then they came and picked up the mess that Homicide left. Well done, Homicide.
So next is Ortiz in. Ortiz did last a little bit longer, a whole 2 minutes.
I was about to say not 20 seconds.
A whole 2 minutes-ish. Actually, maybe 90 seconds. I may be exaggerating. I may be.
Possible.
I think I am, actually.
You definitely are.
It seemed like 10 minutes compared to the 10 seconds.
Remember one of the greatest moments in WWE when John Cena buried the whole Shield?
Yeah.
Pretty much similar to what happened.
It was. It was leading that way.
Yeah.
So Ortiz gets buried. Next up is Santana.
Yep.
He actually lasts a little bit longer.
But you know what? The tombstone's ready to go for him too. And who's next?
It is. So Alberto gets the armbar on Santana. It looks like it's going his way. The match is almost over. And, of course, it's not the way it's going to happen. It's L.A.X., you fools.
Yeah, it's easy.
L.A.X. jumps him.
Yeah.
And ends the match.
What did you expect was going to happen? I'm going to come out by myself with my family who wear masks still in this day and age and try fight you all.
Yeah. Come on. So Diamante, Conan, Homicide, Ortiz, Santana, all are jumping El Patron. They end up tying his arms behind his back. They're laying the flag over his head like they did last time. They're basically just taken out. El Hijo del Cardos comes out, which is Patron's brother. He tries to help. He gets the beat down from LAX as well. Dos Cardos comes out, but he can't really even get in the ring. He's waving a chair. He's kind of stuck outside the ring until we hear, "America, fuck yeah." Oh, wait, I don't know what.
Well, no, that was pretty much it. That was a theme song, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what Veterans of War music is.
It's either that or "I'm a Real American." It's actually a remix of those two songs together. It's like, "America, I'm a real American."
But the backtrack, so it's like an old Black Sabbath song telling you to like listen to the devil and shit backwards. Which is never true.
Trump.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what? What'd you say?
Build that wall. Wait, what the fuck?
I'm a real
American.
Wait, what? Yeah, so the Veterans of War come in, and that gives them enough of an advantage for El Hijo dos Cardos, V.O.W, and El Patron to clear the ring. of L.A.X. and stand tall by the end of the show. It looks like this is going to be leading to a 4-on-4 match, possibly, at Destination X.
Val, for someone who's pretty honourable, I didn't like the mugging they did to
It was a mugging, actually. It was a mugging. But
practically a mugging.
But in saying that, L.A.X. were mugging someone. So it's like, some people like J. Jonah Jameson call superheroes vigilantes. Some people call them heroes. Just depends on your perspective.
I call them dickheads. Don't mug my boys.
You're really nice.
I am.
You're a nice human being.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. But before we get to our match of the night, this is the part of the show where we say thank you to each and every person who actually listens to us rant and rave for half an hour at a time.
Shout out to the comment gang.
Of course, everybody that comments on the show on YouTube and Reddit is going to get a shout out, and we're going to pick our comments of the week. So let's quickly go through the list. As always, over on Reddit, our resident long comment guy.
How are we going, sir?
Smart Guy 297. Thank you so much for commenting.
Thank you, as always. Always love your long comments.
They are always interesting and great conversation. Like, I love talking about Impact, so it's great when somebody actually gives us a conversation, and like most of our fans do. So let's go through. We've got Vincent is Valentine. You're not getting a card. You're not getting a card.
You're not even going to let me ask.
I'm not even going to let you ask.
Why?
You're not getting a card.
Well, I'll get
Just say hello to Vincent and be nice.
Nope. Until I get my card, then I'll say hello.
Okay. Next up, as always, Average Boy. Thank you.
I will say hi to Average Boy because he's one of my boys.
Only because he agrees with you.
No, he doesn't. He helps me out sometimes too.
He agrees with you way too much. Don't agree with G-Banks. We have Cap. Space Calm.
That guy.
We have, you can say this one.
Kadiso Shashin.
Fuck, you actually got it right.
Dude, come on, I watch anime.
You suck.
Are you serious? You were trying to pin that on me.
You suck.
Like, give me a Spanish name or something like that, and
I'll get that.
Yeah, I'll botch it every day of the week.
Speaking of, hey, Alessio.
Hey, Alessio.
I think this is maybe a new person. I think this is someone new. Jeremy Williams.
All right, I'll give him a nickname.
What?
JW.
JW.
Yep.
Welcome to the Stooge Revolution.
Welcome aboard, my friend.
Sorry, I just got to scroll up. Alessio. This might actually be someone new too. LB, Underspace, One of a Kind, Space Elite.
Wow, that's a bit of a hefty name, but okay.
It is. So let's just go LB.
Yeah, I'll go LB.
LB.
Yeah, LB, welcome aboard, man.
Welcome to the Stooge Revolution. Bird versus Camel's back.
Hey, I still want to know who wins.
I'm going Larry Bird. Larry Bird can dunk over a camel.
True. But camels can store water in their back for 2 weeks, where Larry Birds can't do that.
So is it an endurance game or a point game?
I don't... Well, I don't know.
It's a one-on-one. How long is it going to go for?
Well, Bird and V. Camel should know. His name is that.
Let us know.
Please.
And of course, finally, Impact Wrestling by Anthem Al.
Oh, she commented this week, did she?
She did.
Yeah.
The Anthem Al's back.
Yeah.
All right, so what was yours, sir? What tickled your fancy this week?
You know what? I'm going to have to say Average Boy was my comment of the week again. He got two in a row for me this week.
All right,
so the comment where he mentioned that the Swole Boys are practically trash. They're a waste of space.
All right, let me read it out. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the whole Swellmate show, but it's 10 times worse than you'd expect. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how that's... Because I expect fucking crap. Yeah. I think Impact's viewership went down because people turned off Top TV an hour earlier in order to make sure that they wouldn't have to witness a second of that abomination of a show because it comes up right after Impact.
I'll tell you right now, after reading that comment, it had my sides crackling the whole time, dude. I'll tell you, it was good.
It was quite clever, actually. I would like to
I hate the Swole Mates too, so it just made it 10 times better.
I would actually like to see Pop's viewership breakdown because Impact's ratings are going up. So I'd love to see it's like the minute, because they do minute by minute breakdowns, right? I'd love to see like the minute Impact ends, it just goes bonk. It just hits the ground. Yeah. All right, so I had one as well. Let me just scroll up to it because this I thought was interesting. It started a bit of a conversation, even though it was me just ranting. As we generally do.
Yep.
Impact delivers in both action and story once again. I just wish we had more of it each week. Maybe another half hour because 2 hours a week is just not enough for me.
Is it a 2-hour show? Or is it? I thought it was. I thought it was always like a hour and a half show.
It's an ads.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we don't get the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking, like, would like Impact do with another half hour? How well would it do? Or would we, if you gave Impact another hour, would that be great? And I was like, I'd do, I could watch 5 hours. Like, it's fine. But when you're just thinking of the general viewership, like, look at Raw. Raw gets third hour lag. Because it's 3 hours, 40 minutes of it is shit. Because they've just got to fill time. There's so much, like, the entrances are slower. Like, they slow everything down just to fill out that
people remember
hour.
matches don't go for an hour each match. They only go for, like, 20 minutes or so. Like,
a big match.
Yeah,
and
a big match.
Smaller matches of 5 minutes, 10
5
minutes.
to 10 minutes, if that. It's more. There's more in the entrance than anything.
And you're like, oh, so we can squeeze more matches in. Yeah, the roster, like, is deep, but you can, WWE has 10 times the roster, and they still have trouble filling one 3-hour show. So I thought, well, okay, so maybe not extend the show, right? What if you did 2 shows? So you had maybe a B show that went for an hour. So you've got Impact Wrestling on Thursday nights and, like, say, Amped, which was Global Force's old show, on Saturday nights. And on Amped, you can have more of an international show where you highlight a lot of the people from AAA, Noah, or Art, so we can get to know them before they come over to the main roster. I was like, that would be interesting. And it'd be like their NXT to the
main
roster. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd actually. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, and more wrestling too, so I ain't complaining.
But that'd be interesting to you and me, and fans of Impact. Like, would the general public really want to watch a show with people that they know no one from?
Yeah, true.
So it's maybe if you pull 1 or 2 people over, like, it's a really hard position to put a company in of, like, give us more. Because if you give us too much, then we're going to be like, well, it's too much now.
Yeah. And well, that's what I was thinking. If it was a 3-hour show, let's per se, you would kind of be like, you'd kind of get over it because you've seen everything that they've had to offer. You know what I mean? In that 3-hour show, and then it's like next week, it's like, well, I've seen everything you sort of offered. It's practically the same what you're doing from last week. Just maybe this week's storyline is like, he's more angry this week, and this week where he's injured, so he's not going to wrestle properly. Like,
you'd just be the same thing over and over, where they can slow it down over.
And then, like, that's why I don't watch WWE. I watch TNA because for that reason.
There's too much, dude. I just watch the pay-per-views in NXT because I like following it, like the wrestling in NXT.
Yeah, no, admittedly NXT is pretty.
But it's only an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, it is only an hour.
So it's not a huge commitment. So here's what I broke it down to. Like, after making the comment and talking to Impact Wrestling by Anthem Al about it, I've come to the adage of, like, it's the old show business adage of always leave them wanting more. And because the show's only 2 hours, it's quite compact. We don't get too much. It always leaves you wanting more, knowing what's coming next.
And that's what a TV show. Well, let's say it's a TV show. Let's not look at it as let's not look at it as a wrestling show. Let's look at a TV show. Yeah. It should leave you wanting more.
Yeah,
that's the point of a TV show.
And so, like, when you have that segment, if they had a third hour, what would have happened tonight, for instance, is you would have had the Matt Sydal, Bobby Lashley thing start at the beginning of the show, promo in the middle of the show, match at the end of the show, because you got a third hour to fill. Whereas now we've got to wait a whole nother week for it. And I'm stinging to see that match.
Yeah, same, I'm stinging to see what happens with EC3 and Moose.
And that type of thing. Like, because it makes you wait a week. And it's a comic book principle of a serialized content that every month will leave on a cliffhanger or leave you with questions or leave you in a position of, like, you can't miss the next one because you don't know what's going to happen next. So I kind of like that it's only 2 hours.
I don't mind it 2 hours too. Yeah, it's not too
like at the end every now and then.
And I also say there's so much other wrestling shows too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we like these wrestlers, but there's so much other wrestling shows you can watch too.
Yeah. So look, I think they're doing pay-per-views again now, so we're going to get pay-per-views every couple of months. So we will get more Global Force. They're releasing the Global Force AMP shows that they taped last year. Jeff Jarrett taped when there was just Global Force on their own.
Okay.
So we are going to get more content, but I don't know. As far as the main show goes, I'm kind of happy with what it is.
I'm not too upset with where it is at now. Yeah. And like when it comes to the pay-per-views anyway, they're like what 4 or 5 hour shows anyway. The pay-per-views?
No, that's WWE.
No, I'm talking about Impact's pay-per-views.
Yeah, when you add in the 2 hour show plus a pay-per-view of 3 hours, that's 5 hours that week of wrestling, and you're going to get one of those every couple of months. So there's going to be, your 2-hour weeks, and then your 5-hour weeks. And if you're like us, like me and the Knockout watch NXT every week. We watch all the WWE pay-per-views. So some weeks we're watching 15 hours of wrestling. Because if Impact has a pay-per-view plus their show, that's 5 hours. NXT is 6 hours. WrestleMania was fucking 5 hours on its own.
2 days.
Yeah, and if I get bored, I might watch like an old Raw or SmackDown or something. So, but yeah, or the weeks that we watch New Japan as well. Yeah. It adds up. So I think it's good. They're in a good position where they're telling good stories, and it's keeping you in a good.
Maybe if the popularity rises, then maybe that second show idea would be good. But for now, I get where you're coming from. Like wrestling right now is not like
Maybe actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you know what would be a decent idea? A lead-in show online. So you get like one match on YouTube just before the show starts on TV. So like a lead-in show where they talk about the the pre-shows of WWE pay-per-views. Just like a 15-minute little pre-show where you get just one match of people that are currently aren't on the card, or just a random match while they're talking about what's going to be on the show tonight, wrapping up the stories, and what's all the rest of it, and just be a 15-minute little weekly YouTube show.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah,
that'd be alright.
Just don't use Making an Impact. That's ours.
Yeah, you better not.
So yeah, that's going to kind of be our new segment where we're going to pick one of the comments and have a little bit of a discussion over it rather than do every single comment, because we're getting too many these days.
I know. I didn't expect to get this much.
It's kind of crazy, man. Yeah. We went from like 12 comments a week to 38, which we love. Thank you so much. Yeah, and subscribers. We get new subscribers every week.
We appreciate every single one of you. Let's put it that way.
So thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Keep it up. We'll reply to all the comments on YouTube and Reddit as always. We'll shout out everyone who leaves a comment. We'll pick our comments of the week and have a discussion out of one of them. Yep. There we go.
Yeah, that's the end of the show.
No, because we're gonna pick our match of the night.
Oh, the match of the night.
What was yours?
I'd say my match of the night has to be Trevor Lee versus.
Oh, for fuck's sake! That's 2 weeks in a row. No.
What?
No.
What?
You picked the jobber match last week. Pick a real match.
What? Trevor Lee's match was great.
Pick a real match.
Fine. Rosemary versus Sienna was a great match for me.
That was a great match, actually. That was a really well-structured match with some great spots in it, and they're just great competitors.
They were.
Yeah. All right.
What was your match of the night?
You're going to put me on the spot now, are you?
Well, you put me on the spot and didn't let me choose, so I had to pick another one, so go.
All right, well, first I'm going to give a special shout-out from both of us, because I think you're going to agree that the segment with Grado and Laurel and everyone...
it was pretty funny. Yeah.
That was a great...
I'll let you include me in that shout-out.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. It was really good. My match of the night, I was leaning towards Rosemary Sienna. I was leaning towards it, but then I thought, you know what, Davey Richards and Ishimori was really interesting. It was an interesting mix of styles. I really like that Japanese mixed with X Division thing that they did, and created their own sort of thing for that 10-minute period, and really made something special of what should have been just a throwaway match. Like, this was just to put Ishimori over for the finals for the Super X Cup. And also to give a reason why Davey Richards isn't going to be on TV next week. And it could have just been a 2-minute little, look, man, I'll walk in there, you kick me in the head.
Smash me, that's it, done.
Yeah. But instead, they're both professionals, and they're such professionals that they made something special out of what should have been nothing.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
It was a good match. I did like that much too, but, you can't take away from the princess.
No, look, I have to agree with you. As I said, I was really leaning towards Rosemary and Sienna, and as far as character work and like the brutality of the match, and they almost had it. But it just how interesting Davey Richards versus Ishimori was. It was just an interesting match.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not saying as far as character development, because there was none. Yeah. But it was just an interesting, and you don't get to see stuff like that all that often.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah? You happy?
I'm happy.
You happy? I can do that? I'm getting away with it?
If you're going to keep going, I might take it away, but...
All right, I'll stop. All right. So that is our show for this week, as always.
We're finishing.
We're done, dude.
Okay.
That's it. It's all over Red Rover.
Oh, all right. Well, are we saying bye?
Yeah, it was a long show too.
Okay.
Because we have our new discussion points.
Yeah, cool.
So again, thank you so much to everyone that's put up with this whole thing and listened to all of it. We really appreciate it. If you've only listened to pieces of it, fuck you. No, we appreciate it too. I'm kidding.
You're my favorite type of people, the people that listen to pieces of it.
Yeah, just your pieces.
Yeah.
As always, let us know what your match of the night was. Let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments on YouTube or Reddit, and we will reply back to you. You'll get your shout out in the next episode, and we'll do our comments of the week. Until next time, I've been the Stooge.
And I'm the one, the spectacular and the scrumptious G-Banks.
Scrumptious, are you kidding?
What, you like that one?
That was good, actually.
Thank you.
That was good. That almost turned me on. Almost. All right. And until next time, don't forget, adventure, excitement. Stooge craves not these things.
Welcome to the Stooge Revolution. That wasn't meant to turn you on.
It kind of did.